Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Al's Homestead. Today's video, you're going to be seeing step-by-step the process it takes to plant this oregano in these pots. You're not only going to be seeing me plant the oregano, but you're also going to be seeing me making my very own potting soil with my very own worm castings and just some perlite that you can buy from gardening stores or really on Amazon. Just search perlite on Amazon. Buy whatever bag is cheapest for the pounds you get. Caution tip with the perlite: wet it down ahead of time and take care of it outside. So I'm not clearly outside right now, but when I got this out of the bag, I was outside. I wet it down first just to keep any dust out of the air, because the dust, if it gets in your lungs, it's actually bad for your lungs. So you don't want that. So I got it outside. I scooped it into this container here. Just a lunch meat container that is super cheap, basically costs nothing. Then I wet it down with just like a little mist bottle here, mist spray bottle, just to keep the dust down, get it wet. It's going to be wet anyway, it's not going to hurt anything. It's going to be in the potting soil. And so I have that ready. Next, I need to get the worm castings, which are going to go in this little tub right here. I'll go ahead and show you the worm casting harvesting process. So, as many of you may know, I already have a worm bin. It's right here in the basement. So we're just going to be harvesting a few handfuls of worm castings. Now, the tip to harvesting this: if you harvest it from the top, there's probably not going to be really very many worms in it. But it's also not going to be the best quality castings. So we're going to try to dig down, get inside of there, and then try to make sure there's not any worms in the handful that I have. The reason why is I want the worms to go back, stay in the system, continue making more of these for more projects later on. So as you can see, I don't think there's very many worms in here. The worm bin is dwindling a little bit in worms, but they've been making a rebound lately. So there's not really any worms in there. That's good news. We will continue harvesting over here. Just take a big old handful. Look at that. Those are beautiful. Just kind of try to slowly empty your hand. I am seeing some newspaper bits in here that I don't want to see in my potting soil. Try to take a new handful. Just look at that. I don't need a whole lot because I am only planting up 2 4-packs. And another handful. That should do it for the worm castings. Next up, we'll be mixing the perlite with the worm castings. Now, the worm castings over here are already pretty drainable, pretty loose, but the perlite, just helps that out. Really, what it's doing is it's making it more drainable, more loose. I might have overdone it a little bit on the perlite, but it's just potting soil. You can't really overdo it too much. That just looks perfect. That's the perfect potting soil, you guys. That's a perfect potting mix that you want to see. That's not going to hurt your garden when you transplant it into it. It's only going to help it. I mean, look at that. That right there. Here, I'll try to get the camera to focus on that. That right there is the perfect homemade potting mix. Start your seedlings in. I might even have a little extra, which is pretty sweet. So I'll get my 4-packs over here. I'm just going to be starting these under the grow light upstairs. Now what we're going to be doing here, just putting the potting mix I made up into the 4-packs. Now you don't need to overdo it here, but you also want to put in the right amount. So fill it up. Don't skimp. The plant already has a minimum amount of space to grow in these little 4-packs. Top it off good. And really, this level, the top level, will actually go down a little bit once it's watered. But look at that. Look at that right there. That is what you can call perfect potting mix. It's got the perfect amount of fertility in it. The plant won't lack, but it's not overloaded with nitrogen or anything. It's loose. It's drainable. It's dark. It's gonna be perfect, you guys. It is perfect. So we got that. That's nearly gone. I made almost the perfect amount of this. Really, just so you know how much perlite I used about a handful of perlite, and then, you know, some good scoops of worm castings. So that's gonna do it. The rest of that leftover stuff, I'll just use it to top off some of my house plants. Maybe put it in with the banana tree. Maybe you guys will even get a sneak peek at a banana tree in today's video. But next up, we just have to plant our oregano seeds. Now, these oregano seeds I have right here are from M.I. Gardener. It's Italian oregano. There's 500 seeds in the pack. So we're just going to be making little imprints in the soil first. Just really shallow because, you know, you guys, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. Just a shallow little hole in each little pack. Okay, now this is the first. I've never had the seeds in a pack within a pack. So instead of having the seeds right within the seed packet, the oregano seeds are so tiny, they put it in this plastic packet. Good work in my gardener team. Heard they've been getting 5 times the amount orders they usually have lately. They even had to cancel orders for a few days. But good work on them. The oregano seeds are so tiny, they put them in that little plastic thing so they don't get stuck in the corner or you just lose them. So good work in my gardener team. Now, what looks like specks of dirt on my hand is actually the seeds right there. I'm really just going to grab 2 or 3 or 4, put them in each little indent in the soil. Really, there doesn't need to be indents for these. They're so tiny of a seed. And you know what, guys? I don't care if I get 3 or 4 plants in each pack because it doesn't matter. They're just going to be planted out in the ground anyway. And then I'm going to have more oregano plants anyway. And they can grow on top of each other like that. That's just fine. I really don't care if they're like that at all. So I'll just put the seeds in there. Make sure I get at least 2 seeds in every single pack. Get my extras on. That isn't going to hurt anything. And then to water, don't just dump a big pail of water on there. It's going to wash out your seeds right away. Use a little spray mister bottle like these. You can get them cheap at Walmart or at like a garden supply store. Water them seeds and good. Not too heavy. Just get the top wet for the first few days. Make sure it's moist, not soaked. But don't let the soil dry out either, or your seedlings, once they have started growing, will die if the soil gets 100% completely dry. And like I said, the soil is going down just a bit once I get it nice and watered in. Like I said, put them in our container so they're ready to go up under the grow light. Like I said, now this is a bit of a tight fit as you can see, but it's going to work, you guys. It's going to work great. We're just going to slide this right on under the grow light. If you're wondering, the lettuce is actually right down in the living room windowsill where it will get plenty of sunny light to grow. Also, we really need a greenhouse. Just like I said, right down here, right next to its buddy, the banana tree. That's how you make your own potting soil and use it to grow your very own seedlings. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're not already subscribed to Al's Homestead, please click subscribe right up here. And check out the gardening playlist right here where my hand is. So I'll see you right back here in the next one at Al's Homestead. Bye.